Welcome back to Meal Prep with Marzia. I'm Marzia Prince, co-founder of Plant Chicks, where we help get you off the diet and on a sustainable lifestyle. Today I'll be cooking from the Vegan 8, and if you don't know what this is or this cookbook, oh my gosh, you're in for a treat. Every recipe in this cookbook has 8 ingredients. So if you're new to the plant-based lifestyle or being vegan, this book is really healthy, like less ingredients, and just really nutritious and delicious. There's a little bit of, I would say 80 to 90% whole foods, and then we have some soul foods. And you guys know we love some of our soul foods. And well, let me explain, this is your first Amazon Live, welcome. So on the carousel below, you are able to purchase the book or anything that I have cooking today in the kitchen from what I am wearing, because somebody always asks. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to cook 2 recipes from this book. And you guys, I cooked 2 recipes from this book that I've never ever cooked before. So you're watching me for the very first time. I pre-read the recipes, grabbed the stuff. And so since it's fall weather and here in Texas, it's not quite cold, but it's kind of rainy and cloudy. So I felt like it called for a nice hot soup. So I'm actually going to make this smoky white bean and potato stew. You guys, this looks so delicious. You know what I like about this cookbook? Each page is like, one page is the recipe, the other page is what it looks like. And it's done so beautifully. I love beautiful cookbooks with colorful pictures. It's almost a deterrent if the cookbook doesn't have pictures. I'm like, no. It needs a picture. So here we are going to make this. Like I said, this actually has 8 ingredients. I'm going to add 1 or 2 ingredients to it. Here's the thing about cooking, guys. You can always delete something that you don't like or doesn't agree with you and add something different, or you can make the recipe how it says in the book and add to it. So I have 8 ingredients like it calls for, but I'm actually going to add a 9th ingredient just for fun. So let's do this. All right, so this is the first one. We're going to have potatoes. You guys, I did a mix of potatoes, white and red. I just like different types of potatoes. And so I cut up like basically 2 large white and 1 red. And then I have in my Instant Pot right here. Usually you can make this on the stove, but you guys, I like to cut corners when it comes to cooking. I like my food fast, healthy and fast. Not fast food and processed, but fast food and nutritious. I'm going to use the Instant Pot because it cooks super fast. So here we go. I'm going to add these potatoes here. That's that. Then we have some white cannelli beans. I love this brand, this Eden brand. So there's no salt added. What I did was I rinsed them in a strainer. I put 2 cans of the Edens in there. So here we go. All right. We have a 1/2 of an onion. So I chopped it up. That's ingredient number 3. 1/2 of an onion. Then we have some garlic. She called for only 2 garlic cloves, but you guys, you need to measure that with your heart. I have literally had 6 garlic cloves in here. I have to have me some garlic. 2 isn't enough. So I have 6. So we're going to put that in there and rinse off. I'm going to have garlic fingers. All right, now for the spices. Okay, it calls for right over here 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. And if you guys follow the Plant Chicks, you know we love us some paprika. So I might, instead of doing 2 teaspoons, I'm going to add 3, just because I really am a smoked paprika lover. What's your guys' favorite spice? Let me hear. Mine's smoked paprika. You guys, I could put this on a salad. I literally could put it on anything. Okay, but not a dessert. Well, it could be a good smoked paprika dessert. I don't know. Okay, so then it was calling for a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. So I'm going to grab that, put it in. Look how easy this is. This is why I like the Instant Pot. It's like set it, forget it, and you have it done and you can make the next recipe. And this is like super fast. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna have liquid smoke. 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, and then put that in there. Boom. So that literally was 8 ingredients. Now we're going to add the water or low sodium veggie broth. So I like to add low sodium veggie broth because obviously the sodium is half cut, of sodium. And just know, even though I rinse the beans off in a strainer of water, I'm sure there's still a little bit of sodium on there as well. So I'm going to put, it says 6 cups. One of these is 4 cups. So this is 4 cups right here being poured in. So there's 1. Got my trash conveniently right in front of me. And then we have right here, I'm going to put half of this in there. So I'll just kind of eyeball it. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Let's see. Yep, that's about it. And you guys, that's it. That literally was the entire ingredients for that recipe. How easy was that? Took me 5 minutes to put it in. The longest thing it took me to was to clean and chop the potatoes, which literally was like 5 minutes. So it's really, really easy to do. I've never cooked this particular dish from her book, so I'm excited. But I thought, since it's this smoky white bean stew with potatoes, I'm going to add corn. There's something about having white beans, corn, and potatoes. So I'm just going to eyeball it and sprinkle some corn in there. And I actually got the fire roasted corn, the organic one from Whole Foods. And here we go. You guys. Oh, I think because that smoke, that liquid smoke, yummy. But this is it. This is set it and forget it instant pot. So I'm going to hook it up and I'm going to cook the next recipe for you. So this goes to show you, you can meal prep, and this is one of those things you can meal prep and you have this stew, you can have it for dinner, you can have it for lunch, eat it for leftovers. You know it's healthy because it has all quality whole food ingredients and spices. So you don't have to worry about overeating too much, per se, because this is definitely going to require a second helping of soup for sure. All right, so I'm going to plug this in. And you guys know my favorite setting on the Instant Pot is push rice. I push rice setting for everything. So here we go. All right, we plug it in. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. There's rice already pushed, obviously, because I use it. Bing! There. Done. And so I let it do its thing. It'll take about 15 minutes to basically cook, and it will depressurize about another 10. So, 30 minutes tops, and it should be done by the time I cook the next recipe. But let me show you how beautiful this recipe is. So I'm going to come to you. If you're on here, pop on and say hi. Where are you from? Oh, you're like, hey, cumin. Hey, Jackie. So this is what it looks like. How delicious is this? Super easy, super simple. And every one of her thing calls for 8 ingredients. Sometimes there's like 1 or 2 more because it's like spice, or it says salt optional, or there's a sugar one that's optional. But she does have a base of 8 ingredients. So that's what I use. But how delicious does that look? I even got a, poblano pepper. It's over there. You gotta clean it really well. Make sure you take out the seeds so it's not hot. So I can put that on the top. So this is delicious. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next recipe that I thought would be great with this book. You guys remember, this is called the Vegan 8. It has 8 ingredients. It's all whole food ingredients. There's a little bit of soul food, and you can get the book below. And then let me show you the next thing that we're cooking that I thought would be a great complementary to this recipe. And if you guys don't know, this is gonna be my husband and I's lunch after this live. The sweet potato cornbread. Look how delicious that looks. Yummy. So we're gonna make the sweet potato cornbread. Let's do this. All right. Have you guys heard of this book, the Vegan 8? I'm curious if you guys heard of it. So behind the scenes, you guys have Jackie. Jackie's moderating it for you. So just in case you have any questions, It's all right there. So she will answer them for you. Okay, so here's a poblano pepper. I will clean this when the soup is done, and obviously clean the seeds out. If not, it will be hot. And I'll saute them in a frying pan, and then put some strips of this on top of it. So I'm super excited to try this. I was like, I don't think I've ever cooked with a poblano pepper before. So here we go. Okay, so next one, we're going to use sweet potato cornbread. So I'm going to grab some of the stuff here, and I'll explain everything. So again, this is 8 ingredients. She does have salt as optional, so this would be 9. So whether you want to cook with salt or not, it's up to you. Jackie and I like to cook SOS free, salt, oil, sugar free for the most part. About 85–90% we try to keep it clean. The other 10 to 15% is more like soul food, something that's fun, like a nice vegan chocolate chip cookie or some pizza or something of that nature. But for the most part, we don't really cook with salt, but for certain occasions we will. So we will for this recipe for the cornbread. All right, so let's get started. And you guys, as you're watching, you guys will see me cook this in front of you. This is how easy this is. It's a matter of going out, making your shopping list, going to the grocery store, getting exactly what's on your shopping list, which is very hard to do. I'm very notorious about that. And then coming home and setting everything up. Usually I like to take a day to meal prep. So I will look at different recipes in different books, have a game plan for the week, because my husband and I are super busy, and then meal prep everything. That way it is done. That way I don't waste any time, because we usually have 3 square meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think we're super busy. We just don't really snack a lot. But we always try to start our day with water, some fresh water, and then we have a nice superfood smoothie for breakfast. He usually does oatmeal. I might do a smoothie or oatmeal, just depends on the day. Today was oatmeal. And then for lunch, we'll either do a big vegan bowl or a salad. And then for dinner, we always like something very hot and substantial, so we just have a really, substantial dinner. A lot of people I know that eat a little tiny dinner. I feel like I have to have a really hot meal for dinner. That's my preference. Unless it's summertime, super hot, then I like a colder type of dinner. But now that we're heading into fall, I love stews. I love just really big hearty bowls that are hot. So this kind of hit the, I would say, spot. My husband likes anything Southwestern or Southern cooking or soul food. That's what he likes. So do you like soul food? Let me know. Let me hear. You guys are on here. Put in the comments below. Let me know what you like. All right, so beside my Instant Pot, you guys know I love my Vitamix. My Vitamix is another one of my prized possessions. It took me forever to get one, but now that I have one, it's one of the best things ever. Last night I made tortilla soup in this, and I like how it heats it up. Today I'm actually going to make some sweet potato cornbread. Okay, so for this one it calls for a half a cup of mashed sweet potatoes, which I prepared that beforehand because you guys, if not, it would take me a long time to actually cook that in front of you. So I cooked that pre-hand. So there's the potato. All right, so it says 1 3/4 cups of a plant milk. So let me go ahead and 1 3/4 cups. So we're going to pour out 1 cup. There we go. And 3/4. This actually, I'm using this Califa oat milk. I actually really like it. Let's see, 3/4 of a cup. Here we go. Easy. So we're going to mix the liquids first into the Vitamix. We have 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. So let me grab the teaspoon in here. What did I do with the teaspoon? This is what happens. Here we go. There we go. This is what happens when you cook in the kitchen. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got that. We are ready to go. So it says here we have to have sweet potato milk. We have to have syrup. Oh, we need maple syrup. 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. We missed an ingredient. So this is tablespoons. Okay, sometimes I get teaspoons and tablespoons mixed up. It's like left or right, you know? So we have 2, 3, and 4. Delicious. Super easy. Okay, so we're going to mix this part first before we add the dry stuff. So, time for blender dance. If you guys have joined my show, we do blender dances to kill the time. Looks good. Okay. All right, so we're going to add the cornmeal. Let me go grab a bowl for this. Rinse this off. That way my potatoes are in there. Okay. So I actually pre-oiled a glass baking sheet. I'm going to put it in here. So let's go ahead and begin the dry part. So I put the liquid in first. And you guys, this is, like I said, super simple. Oh, before I begin, I actually did preheat the oven to 400 for this. So it's already ready to go, which is good. All right, so how much cornmeal do we need? 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. That's interesting, 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. It's very specific. So I got this cornmeal. I love the Bob Red Mills. It's one of my favorite brands. So I use this one a lot. So we are going to use 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. It's interesting that it's very specific. So let me go ahead and grab this 1 cup. Oh my gosh, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I think we're going to put it in here because that way we pour the liquid. You guys, that smells really good. It smells like candy. I think the sweet potatoes and the maple syrup. Oh my goodness, this is going to be good. All right, I don't want to grab too much. So 1 cup. All right. And it said 2 tablespoons. Let me rinse this off. It had maple syrup on it. 1, 2. 2 tablespoons. There we go. All right, so that was that. So the next ingredient is going to be 3/4 of a cup of fine oat flour. So let me grab this oat flour, and it's 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to put it in here real quick. So you can grind your own oatmeal for the oat flour if you want to. If not, I like to get this stuff again. This is by I thought it was Bob Red Mills, but it's actually Arrowhead. It's organic oat flour, and they just blended up some oatmeal. So we're going to have 3/4 of a cup. Make sure it's measured out. We need just a little bit more. Here we go. I feel like we need a little more. So make sure. I've never made this before, so you guys are watching this for the very first time. Okay, so we have the powder there. It's going to ask for 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we grab the teaspoon. This is baking soda, so here's baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Boom. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Boom. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Where did my salt go, people? I'm like, where's the salt? Oh, right in front of me. This is 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's go ahead, just put that in. And then 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. So let me grab this sugar. And here we have coconut sugar. Super easy. And this is the dry ingredients that we're going to have. 1 and 2. There you go. Okay, that's super easy. We put this out of the way. And so the next one, it says that we will have to stir this up. So let me grab a fork, and we're going to mix this up. So that way all the dry ingredients are mixed well. Ooh, you guys, that smells like a smoothie. Have you guys ever had a sweet potato smoothie? Oh my gosh, you put banana, sweet potatoes, some oatmeal in there. Oh, it's so delicious with cinnamon, vanilla. That's one of my favorite fall ones. I have to say, I'm not a fan of pumpkin pie unless it is in a pumpkin mix. People have pumpkin pie lattes. I don't like any of that. I just like pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin anything unless it's a pumpkin pie. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so it says right here, we are going to pour this. We got the dry, we got the liquid, and now we're going to pour it. Oh my gosh, it's so creamy. It smells so good. There needs to be a smell, but. And then we're basically going to stir this up, and then we're going to put it in this bowl. Like I said, I took some avocado oil and I spread it in there. So that's nice and oiled. Oh, these are going to be really good. I'm actually excited for lunch. It's gonna be delicious. So I tried a few recipes from this book, and I have to say, one of the recipes in here that are my favorite and what sold me is my girlfriend, Danielle. She's the one who recommended this book. She told me about, well, not me, but just everybody in general, about the cookies. The chocolate chip cookies are the best. And I was like, really? Because I've tried lots of cookies from scratch, and they never taste as good as they look in the book, but hers actually do. So if you've ever had a horrible chocolate chip vegan cookie like I have, or made them, you know what I'm talking about. It's no bueno. But she actually has one of the best vegan chocolate chip cookies I've ever had, I've ever made. And if it's approved by my husband, then it is plant chick approved. Because my husband is the pickiest plant-based eater. And when it comes to his soul food, like his, I don't know, chocolate chip cookies or, you know, vegan something, that's more of a, on the junk food scale, he really likes it to taste like basically the real thing. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm making a sweet potato cake. It smells like a cake. Look how excited I'm getting over this. I'm like, yeah, this sweet potato bread thing. Okay, where is up? Let me grab my spatula really quick and put it in here. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful that looks. It looks like a cake. Not even kidding you. Wow. Okay. Now that that is done, so this will be, like I said, this will be our lunch. Okay, one thing I did want to add to this, just for an extra ingredient, is I wanted to add corn. This is a sweet potato cornbread, so I like when you have cornbread and it actually has corn in it, or those hatch peppers. Don't you like that when you have that, like red bell peppers, hatch peppers, has a little bit of corn, that really hearty cornbread? So I'm actually going to add some of this fire roasted corn in there. I'm going to say a lot, but maybe just start with a half a cup. And I'm just making this as I go along because I'm like, I have to have a little bite of corn with each bite. So just stir it to see how it looks. You know, if you feel like you need a little more corn, which I do, you don't want to overdo it. Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, that looks delicious. So here it is. Perfect. You guys, it really smells like a sweet potato cake. Man, maybe I should look into a sweet potato cake to make. Let me see, let me taste this. Oh my goodness. This tastes like, kind of like a graham cracker. This is really the bomb.com. I have to say, these recipes do not disappoint. So I'm actually going to put this in there for, it says actually put it in there 25 minutes. So this is gonna take a while, for 25 minutes. Okay, so let me set my timer, 25, boom. That's still cooking, we have that. I'm gonna come up to you guys and we're gonna chat while that is cooking. So hello, who is on here today? Oh, I see Jackie's like, hatch green chilies. Yes, this is super, super delicious. You're excited for my lunch. Keith is excited for Thursdays because on Thursdays, obviously I'm doing Amazon Live and I cook, so he gets to benefit from the fruits of my labor in the kitchen. He gets to eat. So yes, so this is the Vegan 8. She has a lot of different amazing recipes in here. Hearty stews, she's got anything. So let me just kind of go show you a few things that she has. And this was the selling point for me because I just want you guys to know this really quick. These chocolate chip cookies are how they look, that's how they taste. They're the only, well, I would say one of the very few vegan cookies that I've ever had that have tasted delicious, that actually look like their picture. Because sometimes you look at a picture and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat this, and you make it and it's an epic fail. There's a ton of recipes, you guys, you know I cook in the kitchen, and I have to say the recipe does not match the picture. And forget the aesthetic part of it, but it doesn't even taste good. This book right here will not fail you at all. Like I said, if you have not got the book, you need to get it. Look at these chocolate chip cookies. So she has a whole section for desserts, which brownies. I have got to make these. I've only made the chocolate chip cookies, to be honest, but she has these party truffles. Let's see, what's another good one? I don't like lattes, like gingerbread latte. I'm like, yikes. Okay, so let's kind of go through here just a little bit just to show you some of the delicious stuff that she has, because if this doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. Okay, so all her recipes, look at these chocolate pancakes. Look how beautiful though. I love it how one page is the recipe, the other page is the book. Like how, I mean, this is just for me, I'm a visual person, so this makes me happy. But strawberries and chocolate for breakfast, hello. This looks good. Then she has chocolate pancakes, she's got waffles, we've got blueberry muffins here, some morning breakfast cookies you can make that are on the go, that are healthy. She has oatmeal squares. So let's get to some other stuff right over here. Let's go to Time Crunch lunches. Look at this pasta dish. This is a 20-minute Alfredo, which looks really, really good. We got red curry over here. We got a peanut stir fry. We got Mexican tahini chickpeas. We got Southwest lime salad. I've actually made this one. This one's actually really delicious if you haven't had it. And it's super easy and fast. We have elevated avocado toast. You guys know me and Jackie had avocado toast yesterday. So she has a lot of sauces and very easy whole food sauces. And what I like about it, there's nothing processed in this except for some of the, I would say the cookie part, there's some sugar and stuff, but otherwise for the most part, it's made from a lot of whole food ingredients. And I love this because if you're plant-based or you're new to being vegan or plant-based, this book is actually super, super good because it only has the 8 ingredients and it doesn't overwhelm you. Like when I saw it, I was like, this is genius. Like she created all these recipes with 8 ingredients. Salt or sugar's optional. So she has that option for you because as our taste buds adjust to eating real whole foods, you can eliminate salt and you can eliminate sugar, which is good. Typically, Jackie and I eat at Plant Chicks SOS for you, like I mentioned, salt, oil, sugar-free, but we use herbs and spices and you don't lose the flavor of your food. You're actually eating these delicious, nutritious recipes. We only add salt or sugar on special occasions. Like I'm making this, every time I make a recipe the first time, I might try it with the sugar or salt first, just to kind of taste it. And then I eliminate it as I go. Usually my taste tester is my husband and he has to approve of this, where I know I can kind of modify. So it's not just just me eating, it's us. If not, he always jokes around like I could eat cardboard, and I probably could, but you know, I'm a little more health conscious than he is. So I wanna make sure everybody's happy for sure, because I can always have a salad on the side and add extra greens and veggies to amp up my meal. Okay, so look at this Mexican tortilla bake, which I can't wait to make that. My husband would love that. It's crazy. These little Cuban black bean stuffed sweet potatoes. So there's a lot of delicious recipes in this book. Like I said, if you're new to it, here it is. It's called The Vegan 8. You can get it down below in the carousel. Super easy. And then while this is cooking up, do you guys have any questions or anything? Well, I won't be able to show you on this particular live like I would, because usually I'm cooking 4 recipes. I decided to cook 2 today. Just because I'm on a time crunch. Usually I'm in the kitchen for an hour with you. So what recipe or what book would you like to see me cook from next? That's the big question. What would you like to see me cook up next? What I need to do is basically cook some beforehand, show you what the final thing looks like, and then prepare and add extra, but I didn't do that, so. That would be the good way to do it, but I just showed you how easy it was. Look, it's already 12:37. I was 5 minutes late because I had technical difficulties. So really at 12:31, and I've talked for almost 10 minutes. So let's knock off some time. It's taking me 20 minutes to do those 2 things. And if I wasn't talking and I was just trying to cook it out, it would probably take me less. Just to like clean, put everything together, and then my unfavorite part was like cleaning the kitchen. I don't like to clean the kitchen. Sometimes my husband will clean the kitchen because he knows I've slaved away making all these meals. He'll take over the dishes, which is always a win. I like cooking it, I like eating it, not so much cleaning it. All right guys, that's it for today's live. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time, next Thursday at noon Central for Meal Prep with Marzia. But you have to let me know, put it in this thing below, what vegan or plant-based cookbook would you like to see me cook from next? Because you guys are picking these cookbooks for me, and I'm cooking it. All right, you guys have a good day. We'll see each other next time.